Welcome back to another episode of Dubbed or Subbed, the podcast, the one and only. This week you still have me, myself, Kamarri.
And myself, Lucas.
And I'm going to throw on the timer because we are some broke bitches and don't have actually good equipment. So I'm gonna go ahead.
He says that every week. We've got decent equipment. Think of the price of the camera that we're using.
It's a phone.
And that phone costed a lot of money, Kamarri.
Okay, this week is special. Just as special as Afro. If you are watching this episode and you have not seen A Silent Voice yet, which is what this episode is on, if you haven't seen by the cover art and the name of the anime or the podcast, stop this podcast and go and watch A Silent Voice.
Go watch it.
And I swear to you, even if you don't come back and watch this podcast, I'm okay with that. Because I'd rather you watch A Silent Voice because that will change you as a person. This will just entertain you for about an hour. So.
It's on Netflix. Dubbed and subbed.
Watch it dubbed, please.
Give us your opinions.
Mostly. And that's a cat.
Hola, gato.
She's gonna drink your monster.
She does not want that coffee.
Yeah, no. So it is dubbed and subbed. Each time that I have seen it, I have watched it dubbed, and I do prefer subbed anime, usually. This is the same thing as, like, Your Lie in April for me. I 100% prefer it. I didn't know Max was in the room.
I had no idea, dude.
Wait a minute. We've been in this room for at least 15 minutes, and she has been nowhere to be seen, and okay. Just like Your Lie in April, I really prefer this anime dubbed. I think it's because of the, like, I don't know, honestly. It just sounds more natural to me. It just feels more realistic, and I think
It is a very good dub.
Yeah. And listening to the anime, one of the characters' voices changes determined whether it's dubbed or subbed, and in dubbed, it's a lot cuter to me. It's a lot more adorable, I should say. But yeah, so if you haven't seen A Silent Voice yet...
She's going to be a guest this week. Meow. You're right next to my mic.
If you haven't seen dubbed or subbed, definitely stop this episode and watch it because it's honestly a very, very good anime. And it's a 2-hour long movie, so it's not a deep investment. And if you're going to be watching this anyways, you can just watch half of it, cut back, and go and watch the other half. But yeah, so I think with this week, we're going to let Lucas start off. Oh yeah, as usual, spoilers. I'm going to let you start off and go ahead and...
You're a monster. I need to stop telling you things before the podcast.
Well, no, I would have gonna let you do this one anyways because this is one of, like, I really genuinely like this anime. But it falls in my wheelhouse of slice of life, like, drama type animes.
Oh, this movie will have you crying.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't, then...
You're a monster.
Mm-hmm. What he said. What would you like me to explain?
Oh, the movie. Go ahead and... this week you're doing the recap.
Heard. So...
It tastes like there's Baileys in there. It tastes like there's Baileys in my coffee.
Because you put Baileys in it.
I wish.
I did. No. So, A Silent Voice. God, it starts off, and you already know it's going to be a low note.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it... How spoiler do we want to get?
I mean, that's in the first, 4 seconds of the anime? Oh, God, this is inside. Holy ow.
It's just stabbing you in the neck.
Yeah.
So, it starts out, and the main character, insert name here.
Shoyo?
Shoyo. You right.
Yeah.
I now remember 2 of the characters' names.
You should remember, yeah. Because they're the same name, essentially.
Oh, no, the third one that I remembered was Maria.
Who? Oh, the daughter. Oh, Jesus Christ. Go.
So Shoyo starts off by quitting his job, selling all of his stuff, and then going to jump off a bridge.
Yeah.
He doesn't, because fireworks.
Foreshadowing like a motherfucker.
Yep. I don't even know, like, how to explain it, just because it cuts, like, from that immediately to childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So it cuts back to childhood. Elementary school?
Yeah.
How old would you say they were?
I think they're like the 3rd grade.
Third graders. A bunch of third graders. Rude-ass third graders. They're not good kids.
Yeah.
They get a new student in the class. Her name is Shoko.
There we go.
She's deaf. Spoiler.
Hence a silent voice.
They did the thing almost. So she's new in class, and they just bully her relentlessly, except for one student who's like, I'm going to learn sign language, but then they just kind of disappear.
Yeah. She was awesome.
And then they blame it on Shoko, and Shoyo is like, that's what they wrote on the blackboard. That's what Shoyo wrote on the blackboard. That she left because...
Oh, they blame the moving.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying they blame the bullying.
Oh, no, they blame her moving away on the deaf girl.
Mm-hmm.
And they write it on the chalkboard, and Shoko walks in and sees it on the chalkboard, and Shoyo's like, oh no, I'm gonna erase it, even though she can't, hear what he's saying. I'm sorry if it sounds, unsensitive how I'm describing any of this. I don't know how else to do it.
When you want to tap out, let me know.
Dude, I wanted to tap out since you said I was doing it. He, frantically erases it, so she thinks that he's doing a good thing, and not, bullying. He didn't do it intentionally for her to think that. It's just how she took it. Don't chew on my mic cable. That's how she took it, because she couldn't hear. She just saw the kid erasing the rudeness. So...
It's a room of 5 kids sitting in this with the chalkboard, and they're laughing. And then the second that she walks in, he jumps up off of a table and is like, hey, let me erase this. But they're in the 3rd grade, so it's like, aw, he's being nice.
Yeah. She gets hearing aids, which every student starts... Not every student. It's Shoyo and dark-haired girl.
Naoza.
Start, taking her hearing aids and, throwing them and stuff. And then, yeah.
She's just the cat chick to me.
The cat chick? You're right,
Yeah,
cat chick.
I think her name's Naoza.
I don't know.
Naozi? Naoza? Oh.
I don't know. Eventually, Shoyo pulls one out, and blood comes out of her ear. Mm-hmm. And then she never has another hearing aid on that ear. No.
Really?
Mm-mm.
She only had one hearing aid the rest of the movie?
It was in the right ear.
She had one hearing aid the rest of the movie?
Mm-mm. And when, I believe so, because when Shoyo references the scar before, there's no hearing aid in that ear. And then Cat Chick, when she goes to take out the other hearing aid, she says there's just one, and she pulls it from the Shoko's left ear.
Oh. Interesting.
So what I can assume is that she had, a cochlear implant.
Yeah.
And it got ripped.
Well, yeah.
And fucked.
Okay, so the scene before this one, they threw a hearing aid out of the window. So, Naoza was like, hey, what is that? Let me see it. She takes, the actual hearing aid out of the ear. And I don't know. Actually, I think Naoza just took it out.
Yeah.
And then she threw it to show Yo, or I'm going to call him Yosho because it's easier to, differentiate so we don't get the words mixed up.
You're right.
But she throws it to Yosho. And he's like, oh, disgusting, and yeets it out of a window. She comes back with another hearing aid. This one is implanted in, so when they rip it out, she's bleeding, which is such a dick move. And he's 12 and deserved to get his face kicked in. I don't know. I hated all these kids from the very beginning of that.
Yosho was a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
It's him being the main character was really hard. Because he's such an unlikable child.
But everything afterwards is awesome.
He tries to redeem himself so much.
I feel like he redeemed himself.
Yeah, eventually.
So essentially what happens after this, I'm going to go ahead and...
I forgot completely where we were, so it's a good thing.
Yeah, I got you.
Hearing aids.
I'm here for you. So, basically the whole premise of the beginning, the first 25 minutes of the anime... or the movie, movie, anime, whatever, it's a cutscene of him doing all these things, giving all of his money away, giving all his stuff away, getting money, then a whole 25-minute flashback, and then it jumps to him waking up, I think, the next morning. Because he was doing everything. He woke up, went and was going to give the book back to Shoko.
I don't remember it ever opening up sleeping, but...
It was like the next day, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the day that he was supposed to jump off the bridge, at the end of that day, it goes into the whole flashback story of when they were kids, and then the next day he wakes up and is going and giving the book to Shoko.
The book, something I didn't say, she had a notebook for people to, like, write in so they could talk, and they were rude in it.
Extremely.
There was poop drawn.
Oh, God. So the rest of the anime... So he runs into Shoko, who he had bullied for an extremely long time as a kid. And he's like 17. I think he's probably like a junior, well, in American terms, junior or senior. But it would be his second year, I think, in academy or in high school. But yeah, so he runs into Shoko. They show that he has learned sign language, and he's trying to make up for everything that he did in his past. And the rest of the movie is him running in and like interacting with the people from their childhood who were like part of this initial group that were bullying Shoko, and then realizing like everything that Shoko had been through, and then her little sister, who you think is a boy for a minute because they legitimately say that she says that she's Shoko's boyfriend, but it's actually your little sister.
Basically to get Yosho to fuck off.
Yeah. So I'm gonna skip past the entire like story line because I'm not gonna be able to do it justice.
It's such a great movie.
I feel like going off of what like we have explained, you realize the whole thing is the kids are dicks. It's a redemption arc. It's all the other good stuff. I want to talk about how good and visually appealing this damn movie is.
Oh my God, the train.
Because you like
the train.
All in all, the fucking train. So if you've seen Rascal Doesn't Dream About Bunny Girl Senpai, the train scenes remind me of those train scenes. They're gorgeous. But I digress. In this one, the movie has like really good like cinematography. So
it feels like it's shot through a lens. Just the way like the camera moves.
Yeah. And
with like focus and shit, like it's just a blurry back there, but it's focus up here. But it's also like moving. It's not just cuts. It's great. Like in the hallway where it's like tracking the feet walking through the hallway.
So a big portion of this anime is that Yosho has, I would say, what would even be the best way to say that? Social anxiety.
Yeah,
would be very close because he
shut himself out.
Yeah, he was outcasted when he was a kid, so he doesn't look anybody in the face, and whenever he's walking, he's looking down. And in the movie, it has X's on everybody's faces because he just doesn't deal with people. And this is the reason why he was going to commit suicide, is because of the depression and everything that he was dealing with when he was growing up. And like you were saying, the hallway scenes it'll show Yosho like walking in the hallway, and it'll be like a shot of him like from this angle, and it'll switch into from what he's looking, and you'll just pan and you'll just see feet, and he'll walk from class to class just by looking at the floor. And then he gets into the class, and it'll show, like, when he's talking to people, it'll only show from, like, the collarbone down, essentially, because of the entire premise of him not talking to people and him having this, like, disassociation and this social anxiety. And I think that this movie wouldn't be as good if it didn't have those qualities. It's a great story. It's a phenomenal story, but the way that it's done gives it so much justice. It takes it from just another anime about what's going on in these people, and those scenes make you feel like you are him. Like the entire anime, there's X's on people's faces, and it just makes it more real, not realistic, but like connectable for me. Mm-hmm. So on top of that, the rest of it boils down to Yosho making friends, and then losing friends.
And then making them back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cut and dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We cut and try.
So he runs into all these kids, all these kids as they're now in high school, and like realizing how they have all like adapted and come to grips with being bullies as kids and like what's happened to them. So there's one girl named Miki who's a straight bitch.
Oh,
like,
fuck this bitch.
Just reminded you of the name, huh?
Two-faced liar.
It's this little blonde girl with like twin braids, and she plays the like, oh, I'm so nice, but I'm actually gonna be an asshole. But everybody thinks I'm so nice that it's not even like nobody's gonna ever really actually know.
How could you think that I would do that? I never said anything about her.
Even though she was one of the main ones.
You bitch.
Jesus, you were upset.
God, you made me mad. I forgot about it. Sometimes you shut things out of your head for a good reason. And sometimes Kamarri likes to reopen those things. And this is not one of those things that should have been reopened.
No, I feel like they all have really big portions in the story. So there's this girl, Miki, who is one of the main bullies, but she's like the nice one. Then there's Naoza, who's the cat girl, who is super realistic with everything. She's up front.
She's the realist out of anyone.
She's up front with Shoko. And she's like, yo, we all don't like you. Or essentially, we all didn't like you. Go ahead, go on.
She says, I will never like you.
Yeah. Even after, like, becoming part of the friends and going out to this whole amusement park with them and stuff like that. And it's just super weird because there are so many different people. Are you kidding me?
This dog.
Jesus Christ. No, go. I swear to God. So they go to this amusement park, and Nails is like, hey, I don't like you. You ruined our whole childhood. And she's upfront about it. Still a 100% dick move, but she's upfront about it, as compared to Miki, who is lying and trying to be nice and is being two-faced about this entire thing. And it shows, like, for me, how, like, people can grow up and, like, handle and address the what they've done as a kid and what they did in their past. Whereas Miki denied it.
Every
100%.
time.
Naoza accepted. It was like, hey, we all were dicks. Like, we all were at fault for what happened here. And I've realized by watching this movie for a fourth time that I respect her. Like, and it's the same thing with Gentle Criminal. While thinking about season 4 of My Hero, I realized that I kind of understood Gentle Criminal when it comes against the whole La Brava thing. That, hey, I can relate with them.
Forgot about La Brava.
Yeah. But Nails, I'm like, yo, I can relate to this. I don't know, man. They're my favorite. Who's your favorite character? Because I need a second to think about mine.
Favorite character? I can't remember names. Shoko's little sister.
Yeah, Yuzuru.
Yuzuru, yeah.
Yuzuru's a badass.
Yeah. Yup.
Just based off of that?
Yep.
Okay.
And just everything she does throughout the show. Like, alright. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, I really like Yuzuru.
She was such a little asshole at the beginning.
But I understood why.
No, well, I mean, you understood why, like, halfway through, yeah. Well, like, after you find out that it's her sister.
Yeah, and then you're like, oh, okay, I get it.
Oh, no. Mitsugura? Hollywood, his best friend.
Hollywood.
Yeah, Yosho has this kid who ends up being his best friend, who is also, like, an outcast. And he is, like, the epitome of dude. A road dog. Like, from the very first scene that they're in it together, they are, like... Not even they. Because Shoyo doesn't even know how to, like, have friends. But this dude is like, hey, I'm going to be your friend. You help me keep my bike. All these other things going on. And it boils down to, we don't need... Like, there's nothing you need to do to become friends. Literally, you're just like, hey, we're friends. And it's as simple as a handshake, and that's like what it boiled down. Like literally, what he says, like it's as simple as a handshake. You don't have to
he was like
have any rules or anything.
He like did a little handshake with him, a little fancy like thing, and they were like, "We're friends now." Are you judging my?
Yes, every step of the way because of the way that you did it while looking at me, and it was the this. Like you didn't even.
Meow.
But yeah, no. So it was Hollywood had the most realistic. He was a road dog, and I think he made
real ride or die.
He made the whole anime 100 times better in the scenes that he was in.
A lot of times there are characters like that you're like it would be fine without them. Nah, he's a staple.
Yeah, I think that's one of the like really important parts about this anime is that there weren't any people who didn't need to be in it.
Right.
Except for fucking Satoshi, the redhead kid, the dude that Miki was like had a crush on, and his Yosho was like, you're not even part of this group. Why are you here? I digress. I think every character in this whole like anime who had a name was important, and it kept it very close. There are some animes where it gets like diluted. And what was the one that we just watched that you were saying that you felt like there was just too much going on with the people? Oh, Jesus.
What did we just watch?
Well, Afro, one before. Oh,
Prince of Eden?
Yeah, I think it was Prince of Eden, Eden of the East. That there's a lot going on, and you didn't know. What was it, Eden of the East?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, there's one that we just watched.
Afro, Eden of the East, My Hero,
Dragon
Ball. What was the other one?
God, I don't... Because we just watched something.
What was it?
I don't know.
You have your phone on you.
I'm not going to do that. So there was something that we just watched.
Link right up here, maybe.
Where Lucas was saying that there was just too many people that weren't as important, that weren't necessary in it. And it kind of diluted down the fact that you couldn't... Oh, JK. I just realized, I remember what it was. It wasn't Lucas at all, and it wasn't anime. I'm a lie right here. So
no Link.
So there's a lot of times where like characters aren't important, and like side characters and sub characters and supporting characters are not even necessary to progress the anime. I think with this one, even though it was really short, every single one had a very important part to play. I think that each character had a very like from childhood to adult progression. There was something that everybody can take out of each character. With Miki, she's a two-faced bitch. Fuck her. With Sahara, the one that there's the kid that left after getting bullied because she was trying to become friends with Shoko. She ended up overcoming her fears and then having a setback and then having to overcome her fears again. Shoyo had to deal with being an outcast and dealing and handling his emotions and being able to say, hey, I know that I want to give up, but I'm not going to. Same thing with Shoko, actually. She felt the same exact way. Yuzuru. She...
Which one?
The little sister.
I thought it was Yuzuru.
We
could be wrong.
We're going to butcher a lot of these names, to be 1,000% honest with you, for the remainder of the
rest
entire
of
podcast.
Yep.
Everybody had something to do with the whole... everybody had character development. Everybody had an issue that they were getting over with. So it's another anime for me where, even though we do have a main character, he is the focal point, but he's not the only point. He's not the only character that you can end up liking.
In fact, you could just not like him, too.
Yeah, like you can
I feel like it'd be very easy for a lot of people to not like Yosho by the end of the anime.
Yeah, because he's a dick. At three very important parts, he is a dick. Mm-hmm. But it's all because he's trying to make up for the things that he did when he was like in his past.
And a lot of it is, I feel like he just holds himself responsible for literally everything that happens. So it's kind of a me, it's my fault kind of thing. But based on everything that's happened to him...
It wasn't.
It wasn't.
Like, And everybody used him as a scapegoat to get out of, and as kids, so it's a little bit more understandable. We get out of being in trouble. So I don't know. So you get through the entire anime, or majority of the anime at least. Yosho is making friends with everybody, and then he ends up ditching everybody in a very like lay your cards on the table type of moment. And yeah, it's a very abrupt, and it goes from him having 5. He goes from nothing to 1 to 2 because of 3, Shoko and Yuzuru, and then he ends up getting nearly everybody back from his old friend group, and in a matter of one scene loses everybody except for Yuzuru and Shoko. So he starts spending an entire summer with Shoko. With her sister, and then he actually goes to their mom's birthday, like they make a cake for her, and then they go to a fireworks festival like right after that. And up until this point, it's a very like laissez-faire type of anime. It's really just a genuine slice of life. And
I'm getting chills right now, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, so they go to a fireworks festival, and this entire time Shoko has been acting more and more distant because she feels like she's bringing Shoyo down, and she's holding him back because of a bunch of other like childhood reasons. They go to the festival. Shoko says that she's going to go home to study. She leaves. Yuzuru tells, hey, Shoyo, can you get my camera from the house real quick? Shoko's there so she can just let you in, whatever. He goes and picks her up. And it's super crazy because the first time I watched this, I felt eerie this entire part.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no genuine reason because everything's been good up until now. He gets into the door of like their house, apartment essentially, and sees her on the balcony. They live on like the 6th floor. She's sitting on like the railing to jump off the balcony. Okay. So this entire anime plays on art very well and plays on sound very well. At this moment, you don't hear anything. I'm pretty sure he says, Shoko, what are you doing? And then it goes like very, very quiet, and all you hear is like the after sounds of the fireworks going off.
Bruh.
Yo, he runs through the room, or runs through like the hallway to get to the thing.
He runs through the living room, or through the dining room.
Yeah, so the hallway to the dining room, kitchen.
It's
like
all
hallway,
one, dining room, door, balcony.
He hits a chair,
goes down,
drops a shoe, gets up, and busts through the door. And the second the door opens, it pans from them to just fireworks, but like fuzzy, and you don't know what's going on. And then there's a scene of a fucking egg. Oh no, that's afterwards.
Is it?
It is afterwards.
Oh, yep, because there's a little bit before that, and then
he reaches over
the
balcony, reaches down, grabs her arm, and he's like, yo, with everything in me right now, God, if you can help me save her life, I'll change my ways. I'll start looking people in the face. I'll start doing this, and that. And I'll make up for everything. I'll start living my life. I will promise I won't try to kill myself again, whatever. And he eventually gets enough strength and pulls her up. But as he's pulling her up, he falls down. He falls down. I was holding my breath the entire scene from him running, or the first time at least.
Every time I've seen this. And I've seen this movie more than once. So, for everyone that knows me, that is magical. My breath, I could not breathe during this scene. Like, and it's not intentional. You're just sitting there you're petrified. You don't want to move because of what you're witnessing in front of you.
So he ends up getting her over, and he slips and falls. And as you can see that he's going. The first time I thought he was going towards cement. I swear to God, I thought he was dead, but I didn't know that there was a river right off of their balcony. So he hits water, and as he's hitting the water, there's a scene of an egg being cracked.
Cuts to an egg being dumped into a bowl.
Yeah.
And it hits the bowl and slides up the side of it. And
it's a hard cut, and there weren't many hard cuts like this in the movie the entire time. And this one is hey, action, 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 done. And the rest of the anime is reconciliation.
Yeah.
And the roles swap to where Shoyo was like making the connections with everybody. Shoko is the injured, and she starts making connections with everybody and making up with everybody. So I think that this anime was phenomenal. I can't do it justice, and everybody deserves to watch it at least 5 times.
What would you give?
9.5. 9.5. This is
Easy
this is
9.5.
really perfect for me.
Yeah, no, it's...
I'm gonna give it a 10. Because I don't know what would make... Like, I can't think of anything that would make this movie better for what it was trying to do. Like, there's absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's genuinely...
It's our first 10 out of 10.
But I don't know if I should shake your hand for this. All right? No,
Why not?
I don't fucking know. This is being, like, 100% genuine with you. The fact that it deals with a lot of... I don't want to say mental disorders, but like emotional
Distress.
Yeah, it deals
It
with a lot
covers a lot in 2 hours.
PTSD. What is it? Social anxiety. It deals with depression, suicide, and all of these things, and it rolls them all together so well that you don't realize how heavily layered this is with emotions. Mm-hmm. Of like negative thoughts, because it's such an upbeat, beautiful movie.
It definitely takes at least twice to realize most of the layers. I'm sure there's more that I'm missing.
Yeah.
I want to watch this movie again. You never hear me say I want to watch any movie. Everyone watch this movie right now. Please.
That was creepy. No, but seriously, like, it's a gorgeous movie. The soundtrack is amazing, and there are no there are downsides, but not downsides, but like there's like down moments where there isn't a bunch of like quote unquote action. But even the parts where they're just talking to each other has meaning. Mm-hmm. I don't even remember what it was, but there's the scene where Shoko gives Yosho the gifts, the flower pot things. And it's such a dull moment, but it's one of my favorite in the movie.
I feel like that is an important point in that movie.
But it's still dull.
I guess you could call it dull.
From the rest of the anime, yeah.
But even then, there's so much packed into that scene.
But, yeah, no, just based off of the art style, based off the music, based off of the entire story, I think it is phenomenal. It is definitely worth the 2 hours. And it's the same as Afro. Essentially, you're just binging a 4-episode long anime that's 30 minutes each. I don't know. Yeah. We're definitely going to take a relook at this movie somewhere down the line. Probably do we're gonna do a community, somehow bring in the community with this one, because this is something that everybody deserves to see. This is something that as an avid anime watcher, this should be on your list of, if you like this, you should check out this. If you don't like any of these, this is why you should like any of these, because it's just a beautiful anime, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what else I can say. I feel sad now.
Yeah. Leave a like, comment, tell us if you've seen the movie.
Yeah. If you've seen it, message me.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 100%. If you've seen it, message me, so that way we can like talk, because this is one of the ones that, like, okay, I think this is gonna be the ones where we do the whole like, hey, everybody watch this, and then we come back in like a month and a half and be like, hey, now we can just break down scene for scene what actually happened, because
I want everyone to watch this movie, man.
Yeah, we like going scene for scene. We can't say like, oh, like, I feel like sitting down and talking about shit isn't gonna be worth it, because you're not gonna know what's going on. But once you do, and it's like, I can't explain the fact of watching it the second and third time and realizing that, damn, all of the pictures that Yuzuru took were about death. and that she's trying to help her sister not want to kill herself, and then takes on that distress of, hey, maybe I made this worse for her, and now because of her sister's emotions, she's now thinking, could I have done anything better as the little sister? You can't appreciate that as much when you haven't seen the anime.
It's such a good anime.
Watch the damn anime.
Please.
Like, damn, now y'all got me sitting up, man. Yo, okay, so you have a little sister who feels like it's her fault that her sister wants to kill herself. When you have a friend who is like, damn, I just want to make up for everything I did as a kid. When you have 3 kids who are in denial and it completely changed their childhoods, who are saying that my life would be 100% better if this one girl did move into this middle school, elementary school. And you have that same girl who's saying, hey, damn, I wish I never went there because I ruined everybody else's life. It's all about perception, and everybody's perception was fucked, and you don't get that until you watch the movie. So,
You sounded very Javon there. In a good way.
I'm gonna jump in my coffee.
Anything else?
I love the damn movie. This is, it probably goes Your Lie in April, this one, and then something after that I haven't watched yet. So yeah, that's all I got to say. Yeah.
10 out of 10. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon. He's probably got more words.
I was just gonna say, watch Cowboy Bebop. It'll be coming out pretty soon. Okay.
Just be ready.
Be prepared.